Good afternoon and welcome to Boston Asian Radio and TV English Daily News Today. I am your host, Amanda. Here's a look at the top stories making headlines today. Cardinal, bishop sued by former Arlington Catholic students over alleged sex abuse by administrator. Florida Gov. Ron Desantis launches 2024 presidential campaign to challenge Trump. World's biggest bounce house returning to Boston area this summer. Amherst-Pelham School's administrator placed on leave in wake of discrimination probe. Peek inside View Boston, the three-story observatory atop the Prudential Center. Cardinal, bishop sued by former Arlington Catholic students over alleged sex abuse by administrator. Three people who say they were sexually abused by a former Arlington Catholic high school administrator filed a lawsuit this week against the leader of the Archdiocese of Boston and two bishops. The plaintiffs, who were not named in the complaint, alleged that the church leaders knew or were negligent in not knowing about the abuse. Cardinal St. Patrick O'Malley, who heads the Archdiocese of Boston, current leader of the Diocese of Portland, Maine Bishop Robert Dealey, and Bishop Peter Uglieto are all named as defendants. The alleged sexual abuse took place at Arlington Catholic High School from about 2011 to 2016, while the victims were between the ages of 15 and 17. Attorney Mitchell Garabedian said in a statement. Florida Gov. Ron Desantis launches 2024 presidential campaign to challenge Trump. Florida Gov. Ron Desantis launched his 2024 presidential campaign on Wednesday with a Twitter announcement plagued by technical glitches, stepping into a crowded Republican primary contest that will test his strength against former President Donald Trump and criticism that he's not ready for the national stage. The 44-year-old Republican, an outspoken cultural conservative, initially announced his decision in a video posted on social media, but planned to discuss it further in a first-of-its-kind conversation with Twitter CEO Elon Musk on Twitter Spaces. But the audio stream crashed repeatedly, making it virtually impossible for most users to hear the high-profile announcement in real time. "We need the courage to lead and the strength to win," Desantis said in a video posted on social media before the conversation with Musk. World's biggest bounce house returning to Boston area this summer. A massive inflatable castle billed as the biggest in the world is returning to the Boston area this summer, and it's bringing along three friends. The 16,000s world's biggest bounce house will be open at the Topsfield Fairgrounds for 2 weekends in June, along with an inflatable sports arena, an inflatable obstacle course, and another bounce house, according to the Big Bounce America, which brings the four massive objects around the country on tour. When the main attraction was in the Boston area in 2019, it was just 10,000s, but it held the Guinness World Record for biggest bounce house in the world, though at least as of February, the record was officially with an attraction in Dubai. Amherst-Pelham School's administrator placed on leave in wake of discrimination probe. An assistant superintendent for the Amherst-Pelham Regional Schools has been placed on administrative leave amid an outside investigation into allegations that counselors at Amherst Regional Middle School discriminated against transgender students, officials said. Doreen Cunningham, the school district's assistant superintendent for diversity, equity, and human resources, was placed on leave Friday, school officials said. She didn't immediately return an email seeking comment on Tuesday. In a message to the school system on Monday, Acting Superintendent Douglas Slaughter said Cunningham has been placed on administrative leave pending the conclusion of the current Title IX investigation. Since this is a personnel matter, no further information can be shared until the investigation is complete and the district receives the independent investigator's final report. Peek inside View Boston, the three-story observatory atop the Prudential Center. View Boston, which opens to the public on June 15, is nothing short of a complete transformation of the former top of the hub space and immediately moves to the top of the list for must-see attractions in the city. The three-story experience compares favorably with the likes of the Seattle Space Needle and the Willis, formerly Sears Tower in Chicago, offering visitors a bird's-eye view of Boston and a crash course in the best our city has to offer. The View Boston tour begins in the main thoroughfare of the Prudential Center shops, just past Madwell and across from Vineyard Vines. From there, visitors are whisked to the top of the building in elevators that light up with splashy visuals of the Boston skyline. Stay tuned for more updates on Boston news as it develops.